Did you know Cicely Tyson almost didn't become an actress? Imagine Hollywood without her unforgettable presence, the strength she gave to black women on screen, and the dignity she brought to each role. Born in 1924 in Harlem to Caribbean immigrant parents, Cicely was raised in a world that expected young black women to be quiet, subservient, and practical. Her mother worked as a maid, her father as a carpenter, and they wanted stability for their daughter. Definitely not a career in Hollywood. But even early on, life had a different plan. Cicely Tyson's story would become not only a testament to resilience, but a blueprint for defying all odds in the face of Hollywood's rigid expectations. Tyson's beginnings weren't the stuff of Hollywood dreams. She started as a secretary and then ventured into modeling, capturing attention with her beauty and poise. But what truly captivated people was something more profound. She had an intensity that went beyond looks, a quiet power in her eyes that hinted at a deeper calling. And when she finally stepped in front of the camera, it became clear that she was destined for more than just a paycheck. She was here to change the game. But her rise wouldn't be simple. Hollywood in the 1950s wasn't just hard. It was practically impossible for black women who wanted to do more than play maids, slaves, or side characters. From the start, Tyson was uncompromising. She knew she wouldn't settle for roles that demeaned or degraded her or the black community. This resolve cost her, leading to long gaps between roles, financial uncertainty, and an unpredictable career path. She knew that dignity was worth every sacrifice. This was no ordinary career. This was a mission to reshape Hollywood's understanding of black womanhood. In 1972, Hollywood finally took notice of her incredible talent when she starred in Sounder. Her role as Rebecca Morgan, a sharecropper's wife who holds her family together while her husband is imprisoned, was the breakthrough she'd fought for. It earned her an Oscar nomination, a rare and groundbreaking moment for black actresses at the time. But her impact wasn't just in the nomination. It was in the way she portrayed Rebecca. She embodied the character so deeply, so authentically, that it redefined black womanhood on screen. Cicely wasn't just acting. She was giving voice to an entire generation of black women whose strength had long been overlooked. What was her secret? She didn't just play roles, she became them. Cicely once explained, "I don't want to just play a role, I want to say something through it." She transformed herself for each character, not just outwardly, but from within, and Sounder was only the beginning. Her career-defining performance came in the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, where she played the character from youth to old age, spanning a lifetime of experiences through the Civil War and into the Civil Rights Movement. Tyson won 2 Emmys for the role, and the performance solidified her place as a Hollywood legend. But it wasn't just about accolades. Through Miss Jane Pittman, Cicely offered audiences a window into black history, a story of struggle, resilience, and hope that transcended generations. Viewers didn't just see a character in Miss Jane Pittman, they saw themselves, their families, their ancestors. Tyson's portrayal was a revelation, a moment that broke open Hollywood's narrow view and allowed black stories to breathe on screen in a way they hadn't before. This role wasn't just a highlight in her career. It was a gift to her audience, an offering that showed them the dignity and depth of their own history. Away from the screen, Cicely Tyson's life was just as revolutionary. Hollywood loved to see glamour and excess, but Tyson chose a life of simplicity and reflection. Instead of indulging in fame's usual trappings, she embraced humility, saying, "I am here to create, not to be created." Unlike many Hollywood stars, she was deeply spiritual, regularly attending church, and believing that her career was guided by a higher purpose. Her faith grounded her, giving her strength to face the battles of Hollywood, to make the tough choices, and to continue her path with integrity. Now, While Cicely didn't indulge in the flashy cars and luxury vacations typical of celebrity culture, she had a taste for refined simplicity. Her go-to was an elegant, understated sedan. Not a flashy sports car, but one that matched her perfectly. Timeless, graceful, and refined. She wasn't interested in showing off wealth, but rather in showing authenticity, in being herself fully and unapologetically. Tyson's home was the same, a modest, cozy sanctuary that felt like an extension of her character. This wasn't a mansion or a celebrity estate. It was a haven of peace, filled with memories and meaningful art. Tyson loved collecting pieces from her travels and gifts from friends. Each piece in her home had a story, a connection, making her house a place not of extravagance, but of soul. It was here, in her tranquil space, that she would spend quiet moments, reading, reflecting, and escaping the relentless demands of fame. For Tyson, true luxury wasn't about possessions, but about creating a life filled with purpose and meaning. In her personal life, Tyson's relationship with jazz legend Miles Davis was one of Hollywood's most captivating love stories. They first met in the 1960s, and despite his notorious reputation, there was an undeniable connection. They married in 1981, becoming one of the entertainment world's most iconic couples. For Cicely, Miles was a passionate, complex, and often difficult man. She saw his brilliance, but also his struggles with addiction, and she wanted to help him find stability. But their love story was far from easy. Tyson once described Davis as both the greatest love and greatest challenge of her life. Despite their eventual divorce, she always spoke of him with deep respect and love, remembering him as a man who left a lasting mark on her heart. Their relationship was intense, beautiful, and heartbreaking, a testament to the kind of love that defies simple definitions. While Cicely Tyson chose not to have children, a decision she reflected on many times, she considered her career and legacy her true family. She once shared, "If I cannot give my full attention to motherhood, I will not attempt it." She poured her heart and soul into her work, choosing to create a legacy that would inspire countless young Black artists. Her roles, her career, and her dedication to uplifting Black stories became her lasting contribution to future generations. Tyson didn't just leave behind a list of film credits. She left behind a roadmap for those who would come after her, showing them that they, too, could pursue greatness without compromise. One of the most remarkable aspects of Tyson's life was her commitment to mentoring young actors. She knew the struggles of being a Black actor in Hollywood, the compromises, and the battles for respect, and she wanted others to have the guidance she herself had lacked early on. She frequently mentored young artists, encouraging them to choose roles with integrity and purpose. To Tyson, acting wasn't just about fame or success. It was a calling, a responsibility to use one's voice for change. She wanted young Black actors to understand that every role could make a difference, that they had the power to inspire and uplift just by being true to themselves. Throughout her life, Cicely Tyson remained remarkably humble. Despite her success, she always credited the people who'd helped her along the way, the mentors who believed in her, and the audiences who supported her. Her friends often described her as a guiding light, someone who led by example rather than words. She wasn't one for self-promotion or grand gestures. She was a force of quiet strength, a person whose presence alone could inspire. When Tyson passed away in 2021, Hollywood lost not only a star, but a visionary. Her life reminds us that success isn't measured by fame or fortune, but by the impact we make and the lives we touch. Tyson's legacy challenges us to think about our own lives, to consider how we might use our platforms, our voices, and our choices to make a difference. From her humble beginnings in Harlem to her groundbreaking roles, her life with Miles Davis, her peaceful home, and her dedication to mentoring others, Cicely Tyson lived a life rich with purpose, love, and resilience. She broke barriers, shattered stereotypes, and brought Black stories to life with depth, dignity, and grace. In her own words, she was just as I am, and she wouldn't have had it any other way. Tyson's story is more than a chapter in Hollywood history. It's a call to action for all of us to be bolder, to live with intention, and to leave a legacy of meaning. If Cicely Tyson's story inspired you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more unforgettable stories from Black Hollywood icons. Let us know in the comments, which Black icon do you want us to cover next? Turn on notifications so you're the first to see who we feature. See you in the next video.